Hey everyone, Dave here, another Nerdy Connect. So just got an update on my software for my vehicle, upgrading me to full self-driving supervised version 13.2.2. So I downloaded the software and away we go. It's amazing how impatient you can be. Why does the download of 14.2 megabytes per second seem so slow? So we had to do some errands, so my wife and I decided to head out and use full self-driving to do it.
Swipe down to dismiss.
I was doing that.
Takes a woman's
Now,
touch.
I don't think it'll back up, but we're just going to try. Press and hold. So put it in drive. See, we're in drive. Nope, now it's we're back out.
What?
It's backing out of our driveway. I did not think it was going to do that.
That is so cool.
And puts it in drive, and away we go. Now, as I drove along here, you could see that it was definitely being very conservative and slow, but I'm okay with that. I'd heard rumors that there wasn't the sort of double NHTSA stop, but that was not my experience on this drive. The biggest change that I noticed was just how smooth it was. All of its stops were really smooth. It didn't seem to really have any jerky stops. Its behavior was great. One of the things that it wasn't great at was merging, and it seems to be doing that better now. But just an overall really smooth drive. I did end up switching from standard mode to hurry mode because otherwise it just wasn't keeping up with the posted speed limits or my preferred slight speed above that. Driving through town was excellent. One of the things we will check on the way back is there's an intersection where it's always going straight in the left turn lane, so we'll see if it does better on the way back. Once we arrived to our destination, we noticed that it was aimed a little differently. So the actual navigation data had us parking in the wrong spot. So this is a grocery store we wanted to go and visit, but the map data has us moving right past it. So we just let it go ahead and park us where it wanted to.
She's just doing it.
Going.
She parked exactly where she wanted to.
I'm looking. Actually drove us here and parked. Now, not in the right spot, but that's the map data's fault, not her fault. So I dropped my wife off and she got out to start the grocery shopping, and I had a few other errands to pick up. So I entered in the next destination, which is, you can see straight ahead of me. It's straight across the road. So just wanted to see how it would navigate in the parking lot. Again, backing out, so cool. Now this clip I'm just going to let run in real time so you can get a feel for how it moves through the parking lot. It's really natural though, even when it had to slow down a bit because this guy in front of me was turning right. Really, really smooth. No real jerky movements, no rapid braking or acceleration. It seems to be able to anticipate what's happening really well. Coming up, there's a great spot here where it anticipates this pedestrian's movement and desire to cross the road. Looks like it's letting that guy go, but he doesn't want to, so... Oh, he does want to. He interpreted that action correctly. It was very safe, maybe a little conservative, but so when I got to the parking spot here, it just kind of stopped in front of the store. It'd be great for a robotaxi drop-off, but not an actual parking spot. So the car just parked itself and placed itself in park here. So I had to actually go park manually. And when I say I went to park manually, I mean I drove around the corner, picked a parking spot, and had it park for me. The auto park seems a little bit faster, But on the way out, I decided to use the actual smart summon. Notice how the mirrors fold in when it's doing the actual smart summon. I find the range seems like a lot further on this one. There's me waiting patiently. So it pauses for the pedestrians, gives them lots of space, which was nice. I seem to notice that after the actual smart summon, the mirrors don't fold back out again, which is a little bit frustrating. So I always have to manually unfold them. They'll unfold automatically once you start driving. But you'll see that when I try to navigate here, it doesn't allow me to actually put it in full self-driving right away. Now, apparently someone had watched me actually smart summon my vehicle. So when they were going into the store, they stopped by and asked, she's like, did that actually drive itself to you? Yes.
That's the coolest thing ever. I thought I was hallucinating.
That seems to happen every time I use actually smart summon. You can tell people your car drives itself, but when they see it driving in the parking lot without a driver, it really gets them excited and amazed. Now, the LCBO, which is where we buy liquor here in Ontario, it's right across the road to the left here. But the navigation data is really weird. Like if you look at the map, it wants me to go across the road, but the car's smart enough just to turn left. But once I do make this left-hand turn, it's really confused and it seems to think it's in the parking lot. So its behavior is a little bit odd here. You'll see the map data update. And what it's done is it's pulled into the right-hand turn lane. Now it wants to go straight because we want to go to that building up there on the left. So it wants to go straight. And so it's in a right turn lane. There's no signal on. So I decided to be safer just to take over, turn right, and then give it another shot. Anyway, so I just drove along here and turned down the spot here and then re-entered the address and let it do it on its own. This time it did a much better job. So it looked like it was going to slow down and not park here, so I just parked manually. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to use actual smart summon again, so I wanted to park a little bit further away so it had farther to come for the actual smart summon. So once I purchased some wine, I summoned the car. There's no observers this time. It just did a normal back out and come to me. But it's nice though because you could see it stopping for vehicles as they come along, and it's slowed down for some pedestrians as well. It does a really great job. Of course, I'm watching very closely from where I am. I don't trust it enough to summon it from somewhere I can't see clearly. It's probably better that way. Oh, my hand slipped off the button here, so it stopped. I was busy watching and not paying attention. My thumb slipped on my screen. So after this stop, I was back over to the grocery store to pick up my wife. This time I tried just manually putting in where I wanted it to go to, so it navigated much better to the spot that I'd asked for. Still didn't find a parking spot on its own, so I had to manually pick one and have it park for me. After we came out and loaded the groceries in the car, my wife was taking the cart back, so I thought it'd be helpful and move forward and pick it up. But of course, my wife didn't notice that, and so we ended up missing each other, and then she couldn't find me. I tried to be helpful, but it didn't work. I'm not sure why it backed out of this parking spot. It's kind of weird because it could have gone forward as well, but it actually put it in reverse and backed out. I think it's probably because that was a better navigation option for going to the exit. So again, once it pulled into this parking lot, it wasn't really clear that it was going to stop and find its own parking spot. So I just took over and parked. So my wife ran in, grabbed a couple of gluten-free meatballs. And when she came out, I just let it navigate.
I'm impressed with this. I like this because this stresses me out to have to do this, but to have her do it, thank you.
My wife would much prefer the car to back out of parking spots than for her to do it. Now, I would have turned left going out of the driveway here, but turning right is a perfectly legitimate option, and I allow the car to do that, and it works great. So coming up here is the lane where it typically always goes straight through in the left-hand turn lane, but it worked fabulously this time. The rest of the drive was pretty uneventful. Car just does a great job lane keeping, and the only thing that it's had trouble with in the past is merging. So up at this lane here, it kind of splits into 2 lanes and then merges back into 1. And it has never done a great job of that. It doesn't signal often and waits to the last moment. But today,
On the actual thing.
I know, just because it's not on here doesn't look signaling already. That's brilliant.
That's all you can ask for.
Yep. So a merge shouldn't be that difficult, but it's been challenging, and see it do it properly was very exciting. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Catch you again soon.